Perhaps if we can just move to something that touches on people quite personally around food security, especially household food security. I've just read a report, I think it was your report, that mentioned the food inflation with items such as grains and cereal and fats and dairy, which are seeing an increase in prices. What is the driving force behind that, and is there some light at the end of the tunnel in the near future?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that South Africa is in a blessed position compared to a number of countries. We had the pandemic at the time where we were also having a large supplies of grains, fruits, and all of that. And I think that we should never underestimate those gains on stabilizing the food availability into the country. And I mean, overall, 2020 food price inflation averaged at 4.8%, like I said. But if you compare it to some of the drought years, we've seen South Africa's food price inflation, for example, rising double digit. In 2016, which was a drought year, food price inflation was around about 10.8%. So prices were rising, but rising at a relatively softer pace. Yes, at a faster pace than 2019, because 2019 food price inflation was around about 3.1%. The driving factors were, again, that grain price component. And the grain prices, while we had the second largest crop on that, prices rose, not so much because of the tight supplies that were from our side or the stronger demand domestically, but the issue there was the higher global prices, which then stimulated or spilled over to our market and then supported those prices, the weaker exchange rate. But more than that, the regional issues began then to be a responsibility of South Africa. The likes of Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and all of that, those pushed up the prices. Then those higher commodity prices is what you saw being reflected on a higher grain-related food products and a slight uptick in certain fruits and vegetables. But I think that might be temporarily, in a sense that from the second quarter of 2021, we do expect food prices to again soften and maybe food price inflation to average again less than 5%. But perhaps as a closing point onto this doesn't mean that food security in South Africa per se has improved, because actually food insecurity in South Africa has increased. More people are on hunger at this point. And the issue there is not that food is extremely expensive, but people are out of work. They don't have money to actually buy food on that high unemployment. And then, which is why I think that the government efforts on food parcels, extra social grants that were given out to people, those were an attempt to assist in there. But I think that there are still a lot of challenges in there. Yes, if you look at us globally in the metrics, we are still the most food secure country in the African continent. But if then you look at the household food insecurity, the picture is much more dire domestically, which those are some of the things that we need to deal with over time.